It's been 4 months in the UK.
My life has never been happier and at the same time scarier. And now is the best time to ask, was moving here worth it? Actually, the biggest lie that I've met in the UK is that it constantly rains. Maybe it does rain, but after that, this spring sun, even in winter, appears and you are extremely hot just sitting in front of the window. So I'm going to get undressed. In my last vlog about our immigration, we stopped at the moment where we rented a flat, and I was telling you how exhausting this process was. After that, we bought a bed, which is the most important thing in the flat, isn't it? And even slept one night on the floor waiting for our mattress from Amazon to arrive, and actually the bed itself as well.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Nice.
I think we will just,
Oh my
wow, have
What?
the best night's sleep.
Yeah, why do we need a mattress?
It's even bigger than us. We also have 2 vacuum cleaners right now. This one is to wash and this one is to clean, like vacuum clean. And I like this guy much more because this one is louder.
Right after the new year, my boyfriend decided to surprise me with a standing desk, which I dreamt about for a long time. He was out at the moment. Doorbell, I opened the door and I see a delivery man with a huge box. And actually I asked him if he was sure that it was for me. He said yes. With an enormous power, I moved this box into the flat and realized that it was a standing desk. But what I didn't know that we would have 2 of them in just a few weeks because the tabletop was damaged to this one. And instead of sending a new tabletop, they sent us the whole new table.
Oh, flat. We also have this little guy who brought me almost 1 million views on TikTok because everyone in Britain is pissed off with mold, including us, even though we use the dehumidifier. And I really love this guy, he's so cute. And this is what actually got me 1 million views on TikTok. Let me show you. Doing this and then just pouring this into the bathtub. Ta-da! So the most important thing that you can find in our flat is this lava lamp that I bought after Christmas because I wanted something fancy in our apartment and I needed something to put in the background of my videos, and I did it just once, but Benji loves this lamp and well, I can't say that I'm fond of it, but I love how it looks in the background of my videos.
And let's finally talk about my core memories and experiences. The first thing that I vividly remember is attending my boyfriend's premiere as Alex Wen at London Charing Cross in November.
So, I'm almost ready. This is my fit. But let's be realistic, we are in London, so we need to get warm as much as possible. So I'm putting this on. What I'm expecting, I really want to have fun. So actually, this is the only way to survive.
We still lived in the hotel. I was anxious 24 hours a day. And to be honest, I wasn't really up to going anywhere, and I was even doubting if this was all a good idea in the first place. Of course, we were both extremely tired of everything. We were both working 24/7, but it was the first time when it actually felt like it was all worth it. It was the first production from He's Behind You, and actually Benji got an offer right 1 day before we left Armenia to Istanbul and then to London. The show was magical, but probably the atmosphere was even more astonishing. Pre-Christmas London, lights, it was just like from my vision board, you know, that I made in my 9th grade probably. What surprised me during the show was the emotional reaction of the audience during the performance, because this is not something we are used to in Eastern Europe. Usually people are not so responsive and they don't react like that. At first, when I found this out, it felt like this was going to be weird or strange, but honestly no. This adds up to the atmosphere and this adds up to the show. I was also trying to communicate and dive deep into filmmaking in London, in the UK, and I visited London Film Jam as backstage photographer in December, and I really enjoyed my experience, but at that time I was really, everything felt off and I wasn't up to communication and collaboration, so it was just trying to not fade away from the community. And actually this was a great idea because I met wonderful people and I was really inspired by this project. And so I think that when I have a bit more time, I will definitely visit them again because this is a great meetup. Actually, now I have a few producing projects coming up and I'm looking forward to the end of March and April, even though I'm so tired and overloaded with working tasks. I hope that till that time I will manage all my workloads and really enjoy the cinematic atmosphere because I do miss it every day. On the 11th of December, which is my birthday, we visited Hastings for the first time, and this is what I was talking about in my travel vlog. Check it out on my YouTube channel because this is one of my favorite travel vlogs, actually. By the way, talking about places, unfortunately we haven't seen a lot of the UK yet, because we are again overloaded with work, and I'm doing my best to solve this problem and looking forward to see more of London and of the UK in general. I really want to go to Scotland. But actually I think that in the summer it probably will be much easier and much warmer. After all these projects, all these occasions, happenings, the Christmas finally approached, and I must say this was the best Christmas I've ever had, even though it was felt with enormous tiredness that I've gathered during my whole immigration trip.
So we actually went to Poundland and this is how it ended up. So we've just bought the Christmas tree, this one. And which one? This one.
That was very nice.
And this is how I'm going to carry everything with me.
And again, my core memory, on the day of Christmas, we went to the town center and there was a little concert given by, I don't know, or by citizens, just I think so. And we arrived almost, it was nearly the end of the concert, but we listened to this one song and this felt so magical and I was so grateful at that moment, because I think that this is like the real dream come true, and I was standing there crying because I couldn't believe that I made it. That was great, and I will remember this for the rest of my life. We cooked a lot of things on Christmas, and mostly these were the dishes that we usually cook on New Year, because in Eastern Europe you usually celebrate New Year instead of Christmas. And we have a little local shop not far from our house, and we went there to find some familiar products, familiar groceries that we usually cook from for our New Year tables. You know, like there are a lot of things that most of you I think won't understand, because this is really weird from the side. How can we eat that? But if you want me to make something like that, some video like that, if you're interested in our culture, well, I will be more than glad to tell you because this is something that I love. I love like Russian and Eastern European food, even though like it reminds me of my childhood, and I think that's why I love it. I don't know if I would love it if I met it in my adult life as a foreigner, because probably this sounds weird, and you can't imagine how you mix some of the products that you have in all these dishes. We felt that we missed the snow, because this is the key element of every Christmas and New Year celebration for us. Again, because we grew up in Eastern Europe. So, but the snow hit us in 1 month, like exactly in 1 month. And that was enough for me. So, was it worth it after all? Let me tell you this. It's hard to find new reasons when your familiar world is left in the past. It's even harder to find new meanings and encourage yourself during the immigration process. But after experiencing a sense of safety, a feeling of a new home, you gradually start to understand what life truly is. And leaving behind all the immigration troubles, life here is what I've dreamt about. It may be imperfect, my expectations clashed with reality many times, but it doesn't mean that everything went wrong. Instead, England is the place where I finally got back to myself and started to believe in myself. It wasn't easy, and keep that in mind if you are planning to immigrate. It will never be, because even if you have tons of money, this won't help you to go through this process emotionally. It might be safer, but it won't be as easy as you might imagine. But we have to learn to be okay with not knowing our future and not knowing what it's going to be like, and accept everything that comes into our life. And this is how I manage this process more or less okay. So I'm not in the mental hospital right now, so probably this is a success. So maybe one day you'll wake up in the country you've relocated to and realize that it's been 10, 20 or 30 years and you can call this place home. But as for now, I'm pursuing the life I have envisioned long before moving here. And in this regard, and having said all that, I think that moving to the UK was definitely worth it. And if you like this video, don't forget to put thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This will mean a lot to me because I'm putting a lot of effort into my videos and I'm trying to make them more and more cinematic and interesting to watch. Apart from that, see you in my next videos, stay cinematic and don't be afraid of witches. Bye!